Welcome to the biblicalnutritionist.com and YouTube. Today, I want to teach you about a vegetable that is very popular in summertime, but most people don't know it's a vegetable. All right, let's talk about it. This is rhubarb. Rhubarb is part of the celery family. Now, if you've watched my video about doing a celery juice fast, then you know about the health benefits of celery. So rhubarb is in the vegetable family. Now, most of the time in America, we consider it a fruit because it's always paired with strawberries. Strawberry rhubarb, crisp, strawberry rhubarb muffins, strawberry rhubarb cobblers. It's just all over the place. We like the combination of sweet from the strawberries and tart from the rhubarb. And that's just it. Rhubarb is very tart. Now, because it's from the celery family, it's also highly nutritious. And the health benefits are going to surprise you. So being part of the vegetable family, the celery family, it's going to have lots of calcium, magnesium, manganese. Now, if you just look at it, you can see how straight typically it grows. And just let that be a reminder that it's going to help you build strong bones. Okay, so when you see that, think, okay, I need some more rhubarb in my diet for strong bones. Now, it's also I'm kind of laughing because this is kind of funny. It's highly promoted as a weight loss, food to eat. And that's 100% correct. Except nobody in America just munches on rhubarb. It's always in a cobbler or a crisp or a muffin. And when you do that, it's no longer a weight loss product, okay? So here's some rhubarb. It's going to come, just like this in the grocery store. You can actually grow this yourself. I actually did, and I planted it in the fall. The next spring when it comes up, because this is a perennial. You plant it one time and then you just harvest it every year. It's amazing. I planted it in the fall, and the next spring I was weeding out my garden. I thought, what is that? And I weeded it. As soon as I did, I knew what I did. I pulled it straight out and it decided not to grow back, even though I tried to put it back in. Didn't work. So definitely when you plant it in your garden, you might want to mark it where you planted it so you'll remember next time, unlike me, and just tore it up. Okay, so I'm going to just trim off the ends of this rhubarb, kind of get some of the rough stuff away, the ugly parts, because nobody wants to eat ugly food. Now, it also may be sold in the store with leaves. Typically, it's not, because rhubarb has a reputation that the leaves are poisonous. They're not technically poisonous. You're not going to die, but they do have a high oxalate content, and that can make you sick, but you're not going to die. So they're not poisonous. They just might make you uncomfortable. All right, so there I've cut off all the ugly parts. Now, what you would normally use this for in a recipe is you would just go ahead and dice it up. So I'm just going to make several slits and then just start dicing this. I am preparing for a recipe video on how to make a strawberry rhubarb cobbler. It's so good. You're going to want to watch that video. Be sure and look for the link down below. So I'm just going to dice this up. You'll find sometimes that the outer skin is kind of tough, and you know what? I just go ahead and just throw that off. If it gets in my way and it doesn't want to cut, I'll just take it off. Now I realize that's a lot of the nutritional value because the outside skin is always highly nutritious. But sometimes if it's a little bit too stringy in a recipe, my family's not going to like it. A lot of times it will cut with it, so you can see I still have a lot of the redness, so I still have the outside coating. Now, if you find rhubarb in the farmer's market, it may not be as bright and pink as what I have here. This is obviously from, a hot box, an indoor garden, because they can grow it a lot more red than the outdoor gardens. It can also come in different colors. You'll find green rhubarb. So let me just challenge you, plant some rhubarb in your garden, flower bed, your garden, wherever you have, and then harvest it every year. Once you've diced it up like this, you can actually freeze it. If you do freeze it, I really highly recommend that you vacuum seal it to keep the moisture content down. That will freeze for several months in the freezer. You can also dehydrate it, and then you can have strawberry rhubarb pie all winter long. Rhubarb is just a delicious vegetable that can be added to soups and casseroles. It doesn't really have a sweet flavor. It's more of a tart, like a green apple. So you could add it to lots of different dishes. It would really taste good in a Waldorf salad. I highly recommend you try that as well. So here we have it. We have our diced up rhubarb. We're ready to make our strawberry rhubarb cobbler, but for that you're going to have to watch a different video. This is all about teaching you how to be healthy, how to be confident in the kitchen, and even trying some rhubarb in your diet. Very beneficial, just lots of phytochemicals, a lot of antioxidants, and as long as we keep eating vegetables, our body knows what to do with it. I was on a cruise and one of the storefronts said cell food inside. Cell, C-E-L-L, food. And that's what we should call this. We should call it cell food. It's for our cells to be healthy. I hope you've enjoyed this, and if so, give me a thumbs up. Leave some comments down below. What do you use rhubarb for? How do you like it in your diet? Have you ever had it? Maybe you've never even heard of it before. There are lots of vegetables we're not always familiar with. I hope you've enjoyed this. This is definitely one of the foods we'll be adding into our Flavor of Grace conferences and teaching children and adults all around the country about how much God loves them and how much His food is an example of that love. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget the thumbs up, and don't forget to share this with your friends, your women's Bible study, your family. Everyone needs to learn how to be confident with their health, confident with their cooking, and confidently understand how much God loves them.